try to do my best to be up to the standards for all these nice people in the session. Can you just confirm that you can listen to me clearly and that you can see the PowerPoint, please?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we can.
It's clear.
Yes.
All right, great. Okay, so let's, without too much time to lose, let's see, we're gonna go with the things that I have to tell you. We're gonna be working with this, making use of PowerPoint tricks and hacks for English teaching. And very briefly, this is the agenda. I'm gonna be sharing with you different tools, applications, or different functions that we can have inside PowerPoint. It's tool number 1, tool number 2, theory and practice. Then we're gonna have some time to work in groups. After that, we're gonna have a showcase section in which you will be able to share the work that you create as a group. Then there's gonna be a section for quick tips and tricks about PowerPoint. And finally, we're gonna have a wrapping up. That's the overall agenda of the webinar. So let's start with this. First thing, we're gonna start with a little warm-up, only for us to, to start our engines and start moving. I'm gonna show you some images, and what I want you to do is I want you to try to guess the place. Think about places in town, places in town. Try to guess what place you can see on the screen. Let's start with the first image, and you can start giving your guesses either using the chat or using the microphone.
Bakery, maybe?
Museum.
Bakery?
Museum.
Restaurant.
Restaurant. Lake, park, okay.
That would be a
How-
sweet.
Art gallery.
Okay, let me show you the next
Bakery.
image now, okay? What about now?
A river.
Does it make it clearer?
Our house.
Bakery.
That's a
Bakery.
grocery store. Grocery store?
Grocery
Bakery or
store.
grocery store?
Okay,
Yeah, grocery store.
a grocery store, okay.
I can see the bananas from here.
Okay,
Bakery.
now,
Bakery.
Yeah,
The
bakery.
supermarket.
It is a bakery.
Bakery.
I was right.
bakery. And you see, given my background, as Sandra said, it makes sense, a bakery. So I could say that I am an official baker. I was a baker and I'm still bake. I baked for 15 years, so. Yes, it was a bakery, correct. Yes, very nice. I will show you one more image and let me see what you guess.
That's a market, maybe.
Restaurant.
Okay,
Toy
Green
Story.
store.
Definitely.
Clothes store.
okay.
Clothes store.
A festival.
A market.
It's a toy store. A toy store.
Okay, I
Library.
got the answer already, I guess, yes. Yes, it's a toy store.
Store.
Yes, correct. Any child's dream, correct, thank you. So you see, that's a warm-up, but at the same time, that's one of the things that we can do in PowerPoint. You can choose some images, and then you can work on the images to add effects. Yes, to crop the image, to resize it, to change the colors, and you can use it to make students elicit sentences using may, might, could, and so on. All right, now let's start with the first tool, theory and practice. You see, I think I was talking with video before the session, and I was telling him that sometimes there are so many things that are at the reach of our hands, but we simply don't know, like the cell phones. You know, if you happen to have a smartphone in your hands, you will notice, and perhaps you will agree with me, there are so many functions that cell phones have nowadays that simply we do not completely how many things we can do with the cell phone. So similarly to this, there are many things that we can do with PowerPoint that are kind of cool, and that could be of help for us. So the first thing is, in the first part, I'm going to show you two different things that we can do. Number one is how to rehearse with a coach in PowerPoint, and how to add a timer in a PowerPoint presentation. In the case of the rehearse with coach, this is a tool that helps people to prepare independently, and it helps them to have more effective presentations. Basically, what it does is you talk for 1 minute or 2 minutes, and PowerPoint evaluates the pacing, the pitch, the filler words, informal speech, sensitive terms, and more. And you will see it on the next slide. And at the end, the rehearse coach provides you a report of your work. So it tells you how many words per minute, it tells you some words that you should change, and so on. And then the embedding timer, I'm going to explain in the coming slides. So let me show you this. In order to do this, I'm going to play a video that I recorded showing how the tool is done. In the video, I am talking and I make some intentional pauses like so you can see how the program picks up these little details and gives some live advice, okay? Let me see, let me just play the video and tell me if you can listen to the audio of the video, please. Okay, so the first tool or application or function. Is the audio okay? You listen to it?
Yes, it's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna mute my microphone and then I'm gonna play the video. It's only 1 minute and a half or so. Okay, so the first tool or application or function that I would like to present is this one. You need to go to the slideshow and then it's something called Rehearse with Coach. You click in here and then you click where it says Start Rehearsing. And then you talk for a minute or so and you ask students to present about something and basically the tool is going to be providing you with different tips or different things that you need to change in order to have a good presentation. Of course, this is not going to substitute your work as a teacher because we know that at least at this point, technology cannot really substitute many aspects related to grading and to the human nature, you know. However, this tool can help students to prepare before they actually have a presentation. Uh, and so you see, you're getting some comments over here as you speak, and these comments can help students to better prepare before they present something in the class. So there are some applications that you can do in this, and I hope you find it useful. For example, you can ask students to present you the report that is given at the end, and that will be it. At the end, when I stop talking, you'll see uh, a report in which you can evaluate students' performance. So you see, you get the report. Okay, so I'll take it from here. So you see, in that case, what you do in PowerPoint is you rehearse. In the program, you could see some of these tiny little messages over here that is telling you, try not to use, don't say words like basically, avoid using expressions like, you know, try to not to do this and so on. Yes, I have a hand up. Let's see, Carlos.
Oh, thanks. Does that magic wonderful app work in Spanish?
Do you know, it's a good question. I haven't tried it in Spanish, but I guess the PowerPoint is set up in Spanish. I guess I'm just going on a wild guess. I think it should. Yes.
Thanks, friend.
Sure. And so you see, at the end, you get a report on something like this. It says total of amount of times spoken is 137, the number of slides. And then it gives you some words that are fillers, like avoid using words like basically, you know. It tells you the number of words that you spoke during this time. It tells you the kind of a speech, if it was too high, too low, was it monotone, or it was changed. It tells you some information about repetitive language and about originality too. Also, I didn't want to use any bad words or any sensitive terms. But if in the presentation you say a bad word or you say a word that is offensive for certain group of people, it also tells you try not to use this kind of vocabulary. So this is an interesting tool for particular language teachers or English teachers because presentations are a very important part of our class. We evaluate the speaking skill a lot of times using presentations. And sometimes when we listen to students, we know that it's the first time they are presenting something. And sometimes they make a lot of mistakes because simply they didn't rehearse before. So this is a good tool that you can use to make students practice on their own time, at least in the terms of speed, in terms of tone, in terms of originality. And you can ask the students to send you a screenshot or a photo of this report to know that they practiced this before. All right, let me see. I'm gonna move on then to the next one. So that was the first part, tool number one. And then this is the second one, adding a timer to a PowerPoint. This is how you do it, and also in the handout, you have how to add this to a timer. To do this, you need to go to the following, go to the Insert tab, and you will see it on the next video. Click where it says Add-ins, then write Timer Search, download the timer, and insert the timer and adjust it to your class. I have a short video to show you this, so it's easier for you to do it. And in fact, you can do it right now. It's not going to take you too much time. Okay, so the next tool or the next application or function that I want you to know is adding a timer to a presentation. To do this, you need to go to the Insert tab, then you go where it says Add-ins, click there, and then you say Get Add-ins. In here, you type the word timer, and it will give you many results. Particularly, I have added this, I will add it, and you click on continue, and that's it. It gets your timer, you see, in this case 10 minutes. You can modify over here for 1 minute, 0 seconds, and then you can click on any time of activity. If it's breakfast, if it's for drinks, if it's reading practice, and after that you click on start, and that's it. You have a timer that tells the students that after this time runs out, you are supposed to move on. You can use this for. Okay, so that's how you add a timer. I have a hand up. Yes, Sergio.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm so sorry to interrupt the explanation. Mister, could you please repeat once again how can I add the timer, please?
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Application or function that I want you to know is adding a timer to a presentation. To do this, you need to go to the Insert tab, then you go where it says Add-ins, click there, and then you say Get Add-ins. In here, you type the word timer, and it will give you many results. Particularly, I have added this, I will add it, and you click on continue, and that's it. It gets your timer, you see. Okay,
Awesome.
so yes, and I'm gonna skip the presentation very briefly just to show you, see a new, how simple you do this. So you go to insert, you go to click on add-ins. If it's the first time you're gonna get it, you click here, get add-ins. If it's, then after you do it, you simply go to my add-ins, you click on break time, set it up for 2 minutes, for example. And there are different applications. In my case, I do it also for presentations when I ask students to present about a topic for 1 or 2 minutes. So I don't have to be checking on my watch or checking on my cell phone. I simply use the timer, and that's the time that they look at on the screen. Also, you can use it for reading when you're doing skimming and scanning exercises. You can also in those situations. Or right now, also with the classes online, if you have a break that is 10 or 15 minutes, and you want to make sure that everybody has the same time, so you can set up a timer on the presentation, and after that, they simply continue.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, and so now we're gonna go to the practice. So that was the first part of the session. That was from me, and in this case, let me see. We're gonna work in groups of 3. So we're gonna work in groups of 3. And in the groups of 3, you're going to challenge a classmate to talk for 1 minute or 1 minute and a half about any random topic. But these random topics have to be like, you know, something similar, not about rocket science or about like tricky things. Like I said, tell me about your hometown, tell me about your favorite food, what is your favorite place, talk to me about a famous person that you admire, and so on. And then what I want you to do is I want you to do 2 things. Number 1 is set up the timer so you know that you are talking for 1 minute or 1 minute and 15 seconds, and use the rehearse with coach function that I told you about before. And at the end, you can share your experiences and say, you know what, I thought it was easy, I thought it was difficult. These are some of the recommendations that I got from the rehearse coach, and so on. And so that would be the first activity in which we put this into practice. So I guess now I'm gonna get some help to do the groups.
Yes, groups are ready. I've also sent your handout, Oscar, in the chat. You can see the handout that Oscar prepared for us. And in this handout, he has also the steps for completing the exercise, this exercise. So we're all going to be moved right now to the break groups.
Break.
Yes. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna move on to the second one, if it's okay. And well, so in this case, the second thing is adding 3D objects to PPTs and creating creating cartoons in PowerPoint. Let me see. Okay. So in this case, to add a cartoon, to add a 3D object, you go to the Insert tab. You also have these instructions in the handout. Okay, so you can have a look at it. You go to the Insert tab, you click on 3D models, and you choose any 3D model that you want. And my recommendation is that the animated ones are kind of pretty cool. There are different reasons why we can do this. To start, we can simply use 3D models to break up the monotony in the sessions. Then you can also use it for sentence eliciting or for sentence creation. And I have a couple examples on the next slide. For example, can you tell me what you think is behind the box?
It's a bird.
It's a bird. Okay.
It's a mosquito.
Okay.
A rooster.
Okay.
Chicken litter, maybe.
Maybe a peacock.
It's
Okay.
a parrot. A
It's a parrot.
It's
Okay.
a rooster.
A rooster.
Okay, a rooster. Cool.
A bird.
A rooster.
Yes. So you see, you have very good ideas, and you are all right. And now let me show you. It's this.
A parrot.
A parrot.
It is a parrot.
Yes. Like a
Parrot.
Yes. So let me see.
I thought it was Big Bird.
Oh, okay.
Big Bird, you know, Sesame Street.
Yes. So you see, I am sharing the PowerPoint. In this case, you go to insert, you go to 3D models, and you say insert a 3D model. And so in this case, in here, you can find the different 3D models available. The animated models are kind of the cool ones. And for example, we have all of this. And let me see, for example, I have this cute dog. You insert the 3D model in the PowerPoint. It takes a little bit to load. Let me see. But the idea is that you can add it to your presentations, and then you can put maybe simply just like that, or you can put it behind a box or something and make your students try to guess. Now, let me see. Then if you go to this, the 3D model, once you insert it, you have 3D model, and you can have different scenes. You can make this thing do different things. And you can move it around. Back and forth, you can see from the bottom, from up, from the side, and there are many scenes that you can add to the object. So, as I said, it can be simply done for the sake of breaking the monotony of the class. If you have classes with little children, that could be something that is motivating. In my case, I use it for some university classes, usually find the hidden object or something like, can you guess what's behind the box using modals? That could be, that might be, that should be, that can't be, and so on. So that's another thing that we can do in PowerPoint. Then let me see. In the next case, and this is adding path to an object. This is basically you want PowerPoint to move one object to another position, moving from A to B. To do this, you select an object that you want to move. You go to motion path and you add the desired motion path. And I will show you an example and I will show you how to do it. So for example, let me see over here. I have these two sentences, you know, the typical fill in the blank sentences. And you want students, you want to check the response with students. You can check, you know, we can check responses the old way, which is okay. It's always the most trusted one. So simply we can read the responses and that's okay. Addition, this is another interactive way of checking the responses. So you say, okay, let's see, in your opinion, what is the correct response for this one? Works. Where do you think this sentence go? It goes over here or it goes here? It goes in one or it goes in two?
Two and one.
Two. My sister works in a restaurant.
Yes.
Okay,
Two.
so it goes here.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so let's check.
That will be
And-
works.
Okay, so yes,
But-
That's
my
right.
sister.
But
Okay.
in this case, Mr. I would like to ask you, this one you can move it with the mouse or that will move it automatically?
Okay, yes, and that's the point. Yes, good question, and that's where I'm going. It moved automatically, but you have to set up the move. For example, so you go here, you select the object. I selected the object. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you select the
Yes,
object. Yes, you select the object. You go to animations. Let me see. I need to move this bar. You go to animations. You click here, and you go where it says motion path. Motion path. You select that says custom path.
Got it.
Custom path, and then you can select, you can create the motion path. So I will do it. So this one has to go here, right? So I'm gonna go a little bit crazy. It's gonna move around somewhere. I'm gonna go over here, and it's gonna land over here. Now it goes pretty fast. So if you want, you can change the time. It's gonna be, I want that to take 10 seconds. So, and then we have the first one that was already set up.
But and where can I set up this time of objects?
Yes. Okay, so now it's moving, you see.
That's pretty interesting.
That is the path that I selected, okay? And so you do that in the animations tab, custom path, and the time is here.
Yes, it's nice because you can substitute not just the word, the verb in this case. You can do it animated, right? So it's nice.
Okay, yes. So you see, someone could tell you, okay, but that is just an extra work because I can simply show the response. And yes, that's a valid question. I think for some occasions, when you don't have time, I think it's okay to show the responses. But in other occasions, if you have the time and you want students to sort of have something different, this is something else that you can try. Okay, so it's all about this. So
And
it
where
is,
can I, I'm sorry, teacher, where can I add this kind of image? In which part?
no, I mean, it's let me see. It's a simple object. Let me see. For example, you go to insert. I'm gonna insert just a square, you know, a simple square, and I can add some text to here. Let's say word.
Yeah, but for example, if I insert a car once again, and where can I insert the image?
Simply you copy it and paste it. For example, I'm gonna copy a car from online. Let me see. I'm gonna simply copy the first card that I get. Let me see. So I have it over here. I insert. Oh, sorry.
But there is no option like the first option for adding a timer. No, it's
No.
only copy paste.
Copy paste. So this is the image that I selected. I go to animations and I go to the custom path, and then I'm gonna create the custom path for this over here, and that's it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So that was the second thing that I wanted to show. And again, we're gonna work in groups of 3. And you need to create, the mission is to create an activity in which you can use at least one of the 2 things. So in the first one that we used was 3D models. In the second one was a path for the response. You can do an activity like matching synonyms with the synonyms, the 2 pairs. You can match a word with the definition. You can match what person A said and what person B said. I mean, there are many different applications, but this is up to your needs and up to your creativity.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Okay. Oh, I can see that some people already tried it. That's very nice to hear and to read. Thank you. So we're gonna go to the breakout rooms again, and we're gonna continue with the practice. Thank you so far. Much so far.
Okay, so time to put your hands on the keyboard and create your own animations. So I'm gonna open for 15 minutes. Those who, you can share the screen, like when you're in groups, you can share your screen and so that others can learn from the most advanced ones. So see you in 15 minutes.
Okay,
An
they're
activity.
trying. They're getting to know the tool. Yes.
Okay, yeah, so when I click, it appears that part. Okay, you see, it's there. And then this is the answer. And then it starts moving.
Oh.
And this time it was not even in the correct place because I just did it again. But it should go after having learning. So I actually don't know why it appears at the beginning.
Okay, I think then what you have to do is you need to organize the order in which things appear. So if you escape the slide right now and you go to the animations, Yes. So perhaps you can do it now if it's possible. You can escape and probably, let
This
me
is
see.
number 2. Because I want
Uh-huh.
this to appear first and then this part.
Right, right. Yes. That would be my guess that
Yeah, I know it's weird. Okay,
that's
so
okay.
this is the image. I put it here, and then I went to
Oh, okay,
animations.
but that mark, put it down because it shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 second.
So let's say you put that mark in the corner, in the
Oh.
corner far. Okay, there.
Oh, that's it. That's why.
Okay, so now you create the custom path, and the custom path has to reach the place that you want. Can you try it?
Yeah, animations again, and then I go here, and then I create something like this,
Right.
and I want it to be here.
Right,
And
and
click
then
it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, but this should be the second one, the second animation, right? No, yeah, it should be here.
okay, let's see.
Oops. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, that was
Yay.
it.
Nice. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Sure, anytime.
Thank
We
you.
got it. Nice.
I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'm sorry for taking too long.
No, it's okay. I'm happy that you made it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, you could share your learning IDs when we come back.
Yeah.
And we have a session, right, Oscar, to share
Yes,
what we've
yes.
learned.
Right after this, we have the showcase, and so people can share their experience.
Yes. So mostly everybody has returned, Oscar. Are you still here? I don't see
Okay.
Oscar.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's here.
Okay, so is the PowerPoint visible or no? You just have the
Right
Zoom.
now,
Yes,
it's
we are
not.
here.
I think I'm the only one.
I'm here.
Ah,
Okay.
I'm here as well.
Me too.
ah, okay,
It's
that's much
visible
better.
now.
Yeah, much better. I thought I was the only one.
Too.
Okay, so right now we have arrived to this part of the session in which you showcase or you share with us and with the rest of the group over here about your learning, about what you did, something that you thought was useful, something that might be difficult. It's up to you to share. So I have a hand up, Sylvia.
Yeah, I just want to know something. Are you going to show us how to make these images like blurring and disappearing?
Okay. Okay, so
That's really
perhaps,
cool.
yes, perhaps I can prepare a little short video and I can send it to Sandra and she can forward it to everybody. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Or maybe add it to Oscar. You can add the like the instructions to the
That's where to go.
to the worksheet, because we also allow
Okay.
upload
Additionally,
the
I
worksheet.
can also share it in the Teachers App community because
Yeah.
that way
Oh,
everybody
sure.
can
Yes.
look at it, right?
Thanks. So
Okay.
Video has a question.
Well, it's just something to add, and it is that we are posting sources like this on our Facebook page. So we've got our tech guru working on tips like this. So maybe we will be posting a short tutorial on how to do these quick things on PowerPoint presentation. So keep an eye on our social media because we're posting very cool content over there. Just that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That would be nice.
Okay. Do we have any other participants who wants to share what they did, what they tried?
Okay, my group was very nice.
I have right. Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hello. Yo no he podido enviar mis tareas debido a que traté.
This PPT, let's say, version doesn't have the 3D model, so I just did the first part. I'm so sorry about that. So let's see. As you can see,
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I'm gonna show you this. Okay, so let's see if it works. So that's the way it is, and that's it. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, yes. Thank you. Works. So you see, you could be match the animals with the names, and it's good. Thank you.
Okay, may I?
Go ahead, Sylvia.
Okay, well, I just practiced with the 3D. I found it very cool, but I just have problems trying to make the movement, okay, for the one here, okay. But the fish, there was no problem. And here I have the one of the path. I have already this presentation and I just tried that, which I found very fun for my kids. And just that. Thank you.
May I share mine?
Okay, we have an order. Let me see. Yeah, I think you, because Elsa was raising her hand, but I don't see her anymore. And so then you can go Wilson, and after that Iris, and then Nubia, and then Sulma if we have time. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Well, I think we did this, and just the last example, okay? With this about article. You still have to guess in which of the sentences they have used. And the other example that we have is this about verb to be. Yes, that's what we did. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Very good. Thank you. That's awesome.
Thanks to you.
All right. Now the next one, Iris.
Okay, 1 second, here I go. Let me see. I made some changes, okay? Because I showed you early, correct? Let me see. Okay, this is because I teach grammar in the workshops on Saturdays, not today, but next Saturday. So I actually used this presentation last Saturday, and it was like, since it is grammar too, it's not that easy. So it's like I'm asking them what the complement will be, like to fill in the blanks. And if they say the answer, so I can go ahead and type the one they say, or I can select a good answer or a wrong answer. And then I put this and I can go ahead and confirm if that's which of the ones I just showed is correct and which is the one that is incorrect. And in this case, the second one is actually not correct because it should be I was not working instead of I were not working. I also tried to put an animated 3D image, the one below the gear icons that you see there, but I was not able to give the movement. I probably forgot how to do it. So I'm sorry for that, okay? But that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. And just a little remark, not all the 3D are animated, okay? Only some of them. So some of them are just 3D. You can move them in 360, but they don't have movement. Yes, so maybe it's not something that you didn't do. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. So Nubia, go ahead.
Okay, good morning, and thank you for the time. Well, I was talking with my team, right? And I just wanted to make something like kind of different, even more when we teach kids, right? So particularly, I really love this game, right? So it's Angry Birds. So for example, you can ask the questions like, okay, the first bird is going to go to the pig that is happy, right? So where it goes, yes. And with the movements that you taught us, right? It's just like going to happy, yeah. And the second one is going to be to the one that is amused, for example. And obviously you can add even more, yes, just in different parts. So it's just like a resource you can use. Yeah, because they are so visual, right? So thank you for the time.
Awesome, Nubia. Did you know this before the workshop? How to move?
Well, I had an idea, but I had never put it into practice to be sincere. And now that you are giving us some tips, and yeah, it was really useful, and it's just like putting into practice. Yeah, because I was talking with the group as well, and they say the same, right? I have an idea, but I cannot do it, or maybe with the movements, right? It's kind of difficult sometimes. For example, I don't know why I was going to ask Mr. Oscar, because at the end of the presentation ends. I don't know if it is because I don't have any other slide. Or because I did something wrong, but the idea was to practice.
Yes, well done. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so Sulma, go ahead. Thank you, Nubia. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so I won't show you like what they did. Just I would like to share a tool that I found. I was talking to Sandra, and just I would like to share this with you. You were teaching us like we can add timers, but this I found this tool during the pandemic, and it was really cool. It's called Stream, and it has many functions, and it's free. And if you have internet or a browser, you can use it anytime. It has, I'm going to show you very quick. It has a calendar. It has a watch or a clock, a stopwatch that you can set. Also, it has the timer.
Excuse
Sorry,
me, sorry, I cannot see what you're doing because I think our other class. Okay, yes, thank you.
Okay, so yes, well, just I would like to share with you this tool that is very similar, and this tool is used for classroom management. Also, if you're teaching children, well, you can set this traffic light, like, okay, let's do a competition, and then you can use lights. You can add text, you can add symbols if they're in an exam or sharing or teamwork. It has many tools, and also you can change background. So if you're talking about a specific topic, you can start with that. So also you can make groups. Let's say that you have a list, or you can pick I don't know, you can type names, and then sometimes we take time choosing a volunteer, so this do it that for you. Just I would like to share this valuable tool with all the teachers, because that I can use anytime in virtual classes, or you are like in face-to-face classes, that can help you a lot. And thank you, Oscar, for sharing these tools that maybe we didn't know that we have in our computer, but thank you. Just I would like to share that with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna share the link in the chat so everybody can have
access. That's what I was gonna ask. Thank you, Sulma.
Thanks a lot,
Excellent.
Sulma.
Thank you. Thanks
Okay,
a
we
lot.
have one last participation. Nubia, go ahead before the time clicks off.
I'm sorry, I forgot to put the hand.
To lower your
down.
hand?
Yeah.
Oh, you already presented, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So yes, well, guys, I'm so happy that we have learned so much. Of course, I have seen that when you guys say, okay, I'm all in, I'm going to go all in, I'm going to use the break groups to practice, and so we can create magic, really. And so, Oscar, I don't know if you want to close up with some last ideas.
Okay, yes, I guess we have no more time, right? In the PowerPoint, I guess you have it available. There are some extra quicks and tips. For example, that you can add cartoons you can create cartoons in PowerPoint, and you have the instructions over there. So I'm not going to stop because we have only like 2 minutes. And another thing is you can copy objects by simply clicking on the object, use control and move the object without doing copy and paste or without doing stuff. You just click and control and you can copy and paste. And finally, all these tricks or the videos recorded here in PowerPoint were recorded using PowerPoint. So you can go to the insert tab and there's the screen recording for this. So this is the wrapping up of the session. Remember to share your works over here, and you have the contact information from the Teachers App community. That would be it from my side, Sandra.
Thanks a lot, Oscar. And on behalf of Teachers App and the teachers who are here today, we really want to thank you and issue this certificate of appreciation for you, for the time you have taken to prepare all these tools and to help us grow our learning. Okay, so thank you very much. Can you guys give it up for Oscar virtually, please? And so yeah, we appreciate your time, Oscar. Okay, and one more thing for everybody. Remember that we are super busy here, and Armenia was asking, we invite you to join the Teachers App community on Facebook and to post your things. Of course, today you did try some things, but you can still continue posting your new learnings and the things that you've been doing. So sign up for the Teachers App community and accept the rules, because if you don't accept the rules, we don't allow you, because we want everybody to have a understanding of what the community is for. You know that nowadays people want to sell you things, they want to use your, so we don't want this type of things, the selling or advertising of personal advertising. We want to keep the community for growing. That's why we have those rules, and we ask the members to read the rules and accept them. So go. And here, as you can remember, I said that today is a module 1. We complete module 1